There's one down. Sorry, I messed you up. That's all right. And on the way in the front row. Yeah, there we go. Sorry, one more. One with me, man. Now somebody's got me breathing down their neck. A couple in front, but there's the breaks. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Super cool if you're in front of them, super uncool if you're behind. But that one's a little easier to see. Now I know what you want to do.
Good morning. Good morning and welcome to Washington College. We ask that you remain standing for the invocation, which will be offered by the Reverend Claire Nevin Field, and also for the national anthem, which will be performed by Stevie Lyles, a member of the class of 2026. Reverend Nevin Field.
We gather today to reflect on all you have been and done in this place, to celebrate your accomplishments and watch with delight as you begin a new chapter in your lives. As we begin this celebration, may we pause for a moment, acknowledge with gratitude this gathering, the presence of each person here today, and how over these years you have been changed by each other. May we recognize that in this new beginning, there is also a letting go and a leaving. In the leaving, in the letting go, let there be this to hold on to at the last, the enduring of love, the persisting of hope, the remembering of joy, the offering of gratitude, the receiving of grace, and the blessing of peace.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous
Well, thank you for the beautiful words to both of you, the beautiful words and the beautiful notes. Please, everyone, be seated. It is my absolute pleasure to welcome you to Washington College 241st commencement. And to be the first to say, the first of many times today, congratulations to the class of 2024. You have accomplished so much in your time here, and you've ended so strong with an incredible year. It's a joy and a real privilege to gather with everyone here today, our graduating seniors, alumni whose ranks you will soon join, faculty, staff, and most importantly, your family and your friends. We're all here to celebrate you, an amazing class, but also to give thanks to those who helped you along your way. Faculty, for your guidance, your expertise, your knowledge, your skill and instruction. You formed the foundation for these graduates. Staff of the college, you provided for the many needs of this community, from health to nutrition to career advice to recreation and everything in between, all while adding to students' opportunities for growth in knowledge and in their own personal lives. And to the family and friends of our soon-to-be graduates, everyone seated on the lawn today. It was your love and your support that let your students be so successful here. So I'd like to begin with a round of special applause for all of those who have given so much to support this class over the past 4 years. Congratulations to you. So class of 24, while you have benefited from many people in a very caring community around you, the accomplishments and the triumphs that you have achieved here, they do belong to you and you alone, as does the future you are each set to begin. Whether in academics, athletics, or the arts, your successes at Washington College happened because of your effort, your passion, and your determination, all of which portends your future success as well. You have a lot to be proud of from your senior year, collectively and individually. Every one of you completed a senior capstone experience, judged by your faculty mentors to meet the requirements of illustrating not just knowledge in your chosen field, but the application of what you have learned in a way that advances understanding in your discipline. I know the overwhelming feeling immediately upon completing your capstone was likely a feeling of relief, possibly even a desire to never think about it again in some cases. But now that a little time has passed, take a minute to reflect and appreciate just what that accomplishment means. Many of those capstones were not so much single projects as the culmination of years of your effort, including funded research alongside your faculty mentors or on your own, presentations at academic and professional conferences, internships in businesses related to the areas you were studying. I'm incredibly proud of how this class has been so actively involved in all of these dynamic endeavors. It really was a terrific year for Washington College, and it reflects the leadership of the class of 2024 and everything you have brought to this campus for the last 4 years. The electric boat team and the Washington College chapter of the American Marketing Association both earned top honors among their peers nationally. The men's soccer team advanced all the way to the Final Four of the NCAA tournament, led by 8 members of this graduating class. And so many others of you added to the vibrancy of this college, just too numerous to mention. Education students brought back the Dia de Football, a tremendous opportunity for our students in the college to connect with our community. Our performers took their art to new heights with the remarkable production of The Lightning Thief, which brought a large-scale musical to our campus. Fraternities and sororities continue to do important work raising awareness and funds for their dedicated causes. The Student Government Association created a new leadership summit to bring together their peers from other Centennial Conference schools to learn from one another. The golf team competed as a varsity sport for the very first time this year, and many new clubs were created as you and other students played active roles in making the life of our campus so vibrant. I'm especially proud of the way Washington students this year played a big role in our larger community beyond the campus green and beyond our borders. Some of you participated in Spring Lobbying Weekend in Washington, D.C. Many of you served as interns to the General Assembly in Annapolis, and others contributed to tangible civic engagement efforts through 3 different classes this spring, and I know there will be many more to come. Washington students made recommendations to the local government of Chestertown about ways to increase civic participation. Students conducted ongoing research on how the college can further encourage civic engagement in Kent County and the Eastern Shore. And students, together with community partners, provided 3 different possibilities for a new innovation hub at the college's 800 High Street property that incorporated suggestions not just from students, faculty, and staff at Washington College, but also from our neighbors throughout the region. As Washington College students, you have all made a tremendous impact here on our campus, in the town of Chestertown, in Kent County, and even further. I have no doubt that you will continue to make even greater contributions to your communities as you move forward into whatever path you choose to blaze. Thank you. Thank you for being such invaluable members of our family, and best wishes to you as you move on. Please keep Washington College in your hearts. You will always be in ours. And remember, this will always be your home, so visit us often. I now have the pleasure of introducing your very own senior class speaker, Grace Catherine Apostle. Grace.
Thank you so much, President Zasolski. I am honored to have been chosen as this year's class speaker. Have you ever passed time at the edge of water skipping stones? You try to find the flattest and smoothest ones to get the most skips possible. Have you ever realized, though, that regardless of the texture, irrespective of how many skips, the stones you throw will always make the water ripple in some semblance. No matter the size or shape, there will consistently be an incurrent disturbance of the otherwise calm water. Human beings are the same. It does not take a lot of people to be the catalyst of a ripple in the continuation of an injustice or blatant disregard. The beauty of a shared passion and fervor in a small community is that goals can be accomplished with common ground and a desire for change. Maybe I learned it too late, or maybe right in time. Still, this notion that we are all so interconnected and justly, the power behind this became pertinent my last year at Washington College. This realization came as I sat in an apartment this January in Poland that survived the Warsaw Uprising of 1944. I am not from Poland nor of Polish descent. Instead, I was there tracking the life of a woman who changed many others, Agnieszka Sendler. For over a decade, I've read about World War II, the Holocaust, and the retelling of stories regarding so many who were involved in the resistance, the front lines, the underground, and everything in between. I could always tell someone I was interested in this period, but never why. The answer to this question finally clicked this past summer when I picked up a book from the beloved bookplate. I was excited to have found a book about a woman named Irina, who, with 10 other individuals, saved over 2,500 children from the Warsaw Ghetto. I never put the book down, nor similar story. Reading about this unassuming Polish Catholic and the lengths she went to save to so many continued to stick with me for months. The opportunity to do something with what I learned about Semler came in October 2023 while submitting a grant proposal for the Libby and Douglas Cater Research Society. I traveled to Poland to visit essential landmarks of Semler's life. During my research, an intertwining of stories became evident. In 1999, 3 Kansas high school students competed in a National History Day project. They came across Semler and her unnoticed work from almost 60 years prior and decided to write a play on her life called Life in a Jar, named to honor the jars Irina buried, filled with the names of the Jewish children to keep track of who was saved. Here, these 3 young girls' lives merged with Irina's. Before their play, not much about Semler or her efforts in the resistance against the Nazis was widely known by the public. No one knew if she was even still alive, and if so, where she was living. After Life in a Jar premiered, Irina was found to be living in poverty with her daughter-in-law in Warsaw. After this information reached the girls, they raised money to support Irina and met with her in Warsaw in 2001, building a friendship for the next 7 years until Irina died in 2008. For a month and a half, I researched and located addresses from Semler's life, including her childhood home and the tree where she buried the jars and names. I compiled a list of museums and tours and allocated money to travel abroad. The purpose of this trip to Poland and visiting these places was to see if this entanglement of Semler and the girls from Kansas aided in the increased recognition in Poland of resistance efforts of the Polish to save those persecuted by the Nazis. Visiting these places in person helped me see how interconnected Irina was to the resistance movement, and how these 3 Kansas students changed the trajectory of her last 7 years alive. A significant lesson I learned is that we can do anything we set our minds to, and that if you have the passion for it, you can do anything you put your mind to, just like Irina. This lesson that we work mightily together when there is a common good and passion at play ignited in front of my eyes after returning from Poland, as I saw how much these women changed each other in the recognition of history. Like these 4 women, I had an extremely powerful tethering for my years of education. In the fall of my junior year of high school, I became chronically sick with migraine disease and a functional neurological disorder. Because of this, I often missed classes or a day of school altogether, and I came close to having to withdraw and restart junior year the following academic cycle. However, one woman truly aided and fought for me, getting my career as a student back on track to graduate on time despite my dealing with consistent pain. A learning specialist in the St. Julie Billiard Accommodation Program at my high school, Courtney Fitzgibbon, a class of 2001 alumna of Washington College, pushed me in ways I never thought possible. She taught me that despite the pain I experience, despite the looks I may receive when using a mobility device, this does not define me. And it should not stop me from doing what I need to do. Because of her lessons, I could graduate on time and follow this tether line that connected me to her even deeper than I imagined. This realization of deep and magical connection at Washington College does not end with my high school graduation or my lovely teacher, who also graduated here. Almost 4 years to the date of the beginning of my journey with disabilities, I sat outside the forever loved Rose O'Neill Literary House. I was there to cover Dr. Richard Gillen's book talk from his work, A Guide to Hiking the Liberal Arts, the Washington College Gibson Hall program, which describes numerous encounters of Dr. Gillen's times hiking in both Ireland and England with students over his 40 years of teaching at Washington College. I arrived early to sit on the porch and was soon joined by Dr. Gillen, who introduced himself. Both being chronic talkers, we sparked a conversation. I mentioned I was from Harford County but went to high school in Baltimore. "Oh, where did you attend?" he asked. I replied and he lit up. "My daughter taught there. You might know her. Her name is Courtney Fitzgibbon. In a visceral reaction, I jumped into how much she meant to me, my identity, and the gratitude I forever hold for her. In that moment, my understanding of how connected we truly all are here sparked in me, and thus began Dr. Gillen, much like his daughter, being such a large mentor and inspiration to me. Over the past year and a half, Dr. Gillen has come to so many of my concerts, plays, and musicals, even bringing Courtney with him at times. He has taught me the importance of passion and kindness in all you do here. The warmth in my heart consumes me, knowing that this place brought me deep-rooted connections to people who can make such a difference. Just like the 3 high school students with Irina, this bond I have with Dr. Gillen, Courtney Fitzgibbon, and all the beautiful members of this community and the class of 2024 have shaped me as a person. I have always believed in doing what you love and loving what you do. That is something that the Washington College class of 2024 has wholeheartedly cemented in me. We came into this community with the unknown. We lost a year of our college experience to a pandemic, something no one had a choice in pushing through. However, it is what this class has been able to accomplish in such little time with perseverance, passion, and dedication. We picked ourselves up from one hell of a Zoom freshman year and entered our remaining 3 years here with such fervent tenacity. We hit the athletic fields, concert halls, classrooms, and extracurriculars with wings on our backs and ambition stitched into our hearts, and we know now that nothing can stop us. Washington College is small, but my God, is it mighty. I truly and sincerely believe that this class embodies that like no other. The love we as a college community have built in Kent County makes my heart so full and establishes a sense of home in so many of our souls. In the blink of an eye, we have become so interconnected in each other's stories that we almost do not realize how much we do for one another until right before we leave. At the end of the day, we are strictly, at our core, a beautiful, tangled mess of one another and the experiences we share. But what mighty things we can do together because of it. It takes a few, like Irina, those 3 high school students, Dr. Gillen, Courtney, and the class of 2024, who are those fervent skipping stones to start the ripple in the water. So, in parting words, an ode to you all. Here's to you, Washington College. Here's to us, class of 2024. And here's to all the loveliest things we get to do in this tiny little Chester town. May they continue to change the course. With so much love. Thank you.
This is a college that loves writing, you can tell. Grace, that was beautiful and moving. Thank you. Now I would like to invite Jen Svela, a member of the class of 2003 and outgoing chair of the college's alumni board, to the podium. She will present our next award. Jen, please come to the podium.
Thank you, President Sosolsky. One of the greatest measures of an educational institution is arguably the character and accomplishments of its graduates. To recognize these accomplishments, the Washington College Alumni Citation Award was established in 1952 to formally identify and recognize outstanding alumni. The citation is the highest honor the Washington College Alumni Association can bestow upon its members, and is presented to an alumnus or an alumna who has made a significant contribution to or accomplishment in his or her field of endeavor or in community or public service. It is my pleasure to present the 2024 Alumni Citation to Dr. Bruce Kornberg, class of 1974. Dr. Kornberg, will you please join me at the left? Kornberg was active in Hello Club, the Elm newspaper, Omicron Delta Kappa Honor Society, Center, and Theta Chi. After graduation, he continued to be an active member of the alumni community by supporting the college in various capacities, member of the Science Steering Committee, advancement and engagement with fellow alumni. Bruce graduated from Washington College with a degree in chemistry. He went on to study osteopathic medicine at the Philadelphia College of Osteopathic Medicine, PCOM, graduating with a DO degree in 1978. Both his internship and residency were completed at PCOM, and he held a fellowship at the Deborah Heart and Lung Center. Bruce joined PCOM as a clinical instructor of internal medicine in 1983, was named clinical professor of internal medicine in 1992, and was the chair of the Department of Cardiology from 1997 to 2023. A leader in osteopathic education, Dr. Kornberg is a 12-time recipient of PCOM's Clinical Teacher of the Year Award, received the Christian R. and Mary F. Lindback Award for Outstanding Teaching in 1990, and was a Fellow of the American College of Cardiology in 1992. In June 2023, Dr. Kornberg was elected to the PCOM Alumni Association Board. Since joining the PCOM faculty in 1983, Dr. Kornberg has shepherded and mentored 17 Washington College alumni who have gone on to receive the DO degree from PCOM. At Founders Day ceremony in celebration of the 125th anniversary of PCOM on January 25th, 2024, Dr. Bruce Kornberg received the O.J. Snyder Memorial Medal, the highest award given by PCOM, honoring esteemed service to the institution and the exemplification of ideals of the osteopathic profession. It is an honor to stand before the class of 2024 in front of fellow alumni, faculty, friends, and family of Dr. Kornberg to present Washington College Alumni Association's highest honor, the Alumni Citation Award. Congratulations, Dr. Kornberg.
Once again, congratulations, Dr. Kornberg. It's now my privilege to introduce Mr. Stephen Golding, Chair of the Washington College Board of Visitors and Governors, and formerly the Vice President for Strategic Initiatives and Chief Executive Officer of Ohio University. Mr. Golding will deliver greetings from the board and read the mandamus for the honorary degree.
Before I start, if the class of 2024 could humor me, I promised my history professor, Nate Smith, who signed my diploma 52 years ago, that I would take a picture today, since this is my last official event as the chair of the board, and I promised him that I would send him a greetings from the class of 2024. So if you could just wave for me, please. I will take your picture. Thank you very much. Dr. Smith will be very happy to get that. Good morning, and welcome to Washington College's 241st commencement exercise. It is my honor from the board to bring greetings from the Board of Visitors and Governors to each of you, faculty, staff, family, and friends, for joining us for this special celebration. To the members of the class of 2024, the Board of Visitors and Governors has asked me to extend their heartfelt congratulations not only for your academic achievements, but also for your tenacity and resilience. Over the course of your 4 years at Washington College, you have lived through unprecedented times, testing us as individuals, as an institution, and as a nation. You experienced the impact of a global pandemic. You advocated for renewed emphasis on personal liberties, human rights, and empowering the less fortunate. You have lived through international conflicts, challenging the world order, and political discord that has captured our national discourse and shaped the way we think about our country's future. And now the dawn of artificial intelligence and machine learning. Each of these will leave an indelible imprint as you reflect on your time and experience at Washington College. Parenthetically, my frame, which you can view on the History Channel, includes the Vietnam War, the 60s Civil Rights Movement, Kent State, student protests, Watergate, Woodstock, and the first lunar landing with all of its technological advancements. Who says history doesn't repeat itself? Every one of these played a significant role in ushering in many of the societal, scientific, and industrial transformations that influenced life in the first half of the 20th century. Through these past 4 years, you have found ways to connect with one another, to undertake the work necessary to successfully complete your courses of study, advocate for the health, human dignity, and welfare of fellow classmates, while aggressively pursuing internships, externships, research studies, and summer jobs to build the kind of experience that helps Washington College graduates flourish. You have been asked to challenge your preconceptions and to solve complex problems you neither anticipated nor believed within your capability when you arrived in Chestertown as first-year students. Likely, you were forced out of your comfort zone and discovered that through your time here, you had the character, the self-discipline, the perseverance to grow and to evolve. Most assuredly, you are not the same person who walked on this campus. By any measure, your journey exemplifies the essence of a Washington College education. It unlocked your intellectual curiosity, sharpened your analytical skills, allowed you the opportunity to find your voice, and gave you the confidence to believe no challenge was unassailable. My father once told me the magic of a college experience is that you embrace what it offers. And by all accounts, with the concurrence of the college's faculty, you have taken maximum advantage of the opportunity offered and are now deemed ready to face whatever life's challenges may throw your way. Well done. This graduation ceremony marks my last official responsibility as chair of the Board of Visitors and Governors. I've had a 56-year association with Washington College as a student, an alum, a parent, and 21 years on the board. I met my life's partner here, and the college has played a significant role in the lives of my daughter and my nephew. And I have seen the value of a Washington College liberal arts and sciences education through several different lenses. And in this regard, President Cisalski asked if I might have personal thoughts or reflections to share with you this morning. When first asked, I questioned the relevance of my experience for those of you facing a world far different from the one I encountered 50 years ago. A world where companies offered entry-level jobs and believed in the value of on-the-job training, where a career working for one, maybe two companies and retiring with a guaranteed pension was considered normal. A world that did not question either the worth of a higher education degree or the relevance of a liberal arts education to providing the necessary qualifications required not only for a job, but for a career. A world that believed a diploma was a symbol of accomplishment, an acknowledgement of the value of the intellectual and emotional journey undertaken. Your reality is far different. Current data suggests you will have a minimum of 11 jobs over the course of your career, and probably more than one career. 50% of those jobs do not exist today, and the skills for those jobs are yet unknown. You will be working alongside machines driven by artificial intelligence, and you will need to be your own best entrepreneur, remaking yourself more than once to successfully compete in an ever-changing world. But if we listen to the skeptics, the college diploma you are receiving is really nothing more than a certificate of participation, a piece of paper with limited intrinsic value. It's not my intent this morning to debate the merits of those who question the value of a higher education diploma. I believe some institutions fail their graduates by not doing a more effective job of communicating the quality of today's students, the value of the education received, or its applicability to the real-world experience they will face. But more importantly, I do not believe these naysayers appreciate how the liberal arts education prepares students for a future global economy characterized by constant technological change. The future, in my view, is precisely why liberal arts degrees are so valuable. The competencies you have gained through your Washington College education, such as critical thinking, problem solving, leadership, oral and written communication, and quantitative reasoning will help you continuously adapt to new job requirements and career changes. And I believe will prove more valuable and more enduring than any explicit job knowledge you may have gained these past 4 years. I've spent over 30 years on university and college campuses, and you, the Washington College class of 2024, are an excellent example of the quality of students I have encountered during my career. As a group, when you arrived 4 years ago, you were already academically talented and broadly engaged in extracurricular activities. You built your resumes throughout your high school careers, taking AP courses, pursuing internships aligned with your academic and professional aspirations, and volunteering for public service projects, all while simultaneously creating your own unique social media personas. Several of you, if memory serves me correctly, were already entrepreneurs, having started your own businesses. Your college experience was a continuation of that journey. More than a few of you recognized at Friday's Senior Honors Award ceremony will graduate with dual degrees, and many of you have already secured a job or been accepted in an advanced degree program in your chosen field. Through your perseverance, self-discipline, and intellectual rigor, you have earned and will receive today, in my humble opinion, one of the most distinctive diplomas offered by an institution of higher learning, and not just because it is written in Latin. Later today, and in the coming weeks, I hope you will take a few minutes and look at your diploma and reflect what is embodied on that piece of paper. While most traditional higher education diplomas are signed by the president, the board chair, and maybe the college registrar, a Washington College diploma is signed by 9 or more distinguished faculty members, many of whom taught you over these past 4 years. 14 members of the Board of Visitors and Governors, a number of whom sat in the same chairs you are sitting in today, 10, 15, 20 years ago. While others are parents of current and former students or friends and benefactors of the college who have a steadfast belief in its mission, its vision, and its values. When looking at a Washington College diploma and the signatures on it, I am reminded of a contract, a promissory note, if you will. The signers offering their personal attestation that the recipients of a Washington College diploma have attained a high degree of proficiency and knowledge. They are confirming both the Washington College promise and providing an affirmation. The promise that the education you received will last a lifetime and retain its value even as the world around you continues to evolve and change. An affirmation to those who view the diploma that the community that sustained you, nurtured and challenged you, educated and changed you as you grew into the person you have become today has assessed your resolve and has found you worthy. If your diploma can be viewed as a contract, so too can it be considered a metaphor. It is a reminder that your Washington College education, as you've heard earlier today, is not a solitary undertaking. While each of you earned this achievement, you are supported by this community, your professors, mentors, coaches, fellow students, advisors, teammates, staff members, and benefactors. All share in your rite of passage, many aiding and influencing your journey. It is a community no different than your family and friends here with you today, one that will celebrate your accomplishments, offer guidance and counsel upon request, and be there to help you meet life's future challenges when called upon. While communities support and sustain us, they also supply us with role models. We see in such individuals the qualities and characters we seek to emulate in ourselves. On your diploma, they are your faculty who have spent a lifetime structuring their teaching and research to make it thought-provoking, informative, and with the express purpose of changing lives and improving the social order. They are members of the Board of Visitors and Governors who come from all walks of life, CEOs from private companies, charitable organizations, university presidents, state and local government officials, lawyers, healthcare professionals. Individuals with an inherent moral compass, guiding them to assist the less fortunate and to leave their communities stronger than how they found them. They are philanthropists, teacher scholars, authors, entrepreneurs, civic activists, focusing on improving educational outcomes, accessibility to healthcare, protecting the natural environment, promoting the efficacy of local government services and programs. They are benefactors who beyond supporting Washington College, sponsored museums, theaters, orchestras, libraries for the sole purpose of improving the quality of life in their local communities. There is a phrase for such individuals. They are known as stewards of place. Those who seek to enhance the quality of life for people who want to live, work, and raise a family in their communities. At Washington College, we recognize them as citizen leaders. They are role models. You are probably beginning to wonder what my message is this morning. I have not advised you to wear sunscreen. You should. To follow your passion. Hope you will. Take the road less traveled, worthy of consideration. Don't let others set your life's goal. Usually doesn't work out well. Or think AI, which may be the right thing to do. Rather, I have taken the opportunity offered to be unequivocal that your Washington College diploma has value. It represents a contract between you and the college and can be viewed as a metaphor. Let me be clear. If you consider your diploma simply a contract, providing you with an education that will last a lifetime, then the quid pro quo is simply satisfied by the tuition and fees paid these past 4 years. But if you believe it is more symbolic of the community that made you into the whole person you are today, then you may want to ask yourself if you have a greater obligation to that community. As is so often the case in life, community roles and responsibilities change. People are called upon to do more, which is as true at Washington College as it is in any other part of our daily lives. We stand on the shoulders of others until we become those same shoulders, and then we hopefully seamlessly transition into being part of a rich and cherished legacy of that community. A legacy we hope through dedication and commitment will inspire others to follow in our footsteps. It is my sincerest wish for each of you, members of the class of 2024, to aspire to be stewards in place, citizen leaders, the signers of your diploma believe you can be. That through your pursuit of excellence, you will find your life's passion and pursue it with the same integrity, determination, curiosity, civility, and moral courage as so many of the signers of your diploma have, and thus fulfill the promise of your Washington College education. That through your life's journey, you will affirm the signer's judgment of your character by using the liberal arts and sciences education received here to be the difference in your chosen field or profession. By doing this, you will fulfill the expectations of those who have been honored to sign your diploma, by ensuring the legacy of your alma mater is carried forward. For that, in my opinion, is the true uniqueness and a constant reminder of your diploma. The investment of each of its signers, of their time, their treasure, and their talent to protect the essence of Washington College's mission, to ensure that the community that provided the opportunities you received these past 4 years remains strong, vibrant, relevant for future generations of students. A community that you will now always be part of from this day forward. More specifically, it is my genuine hope that any number of you will aspire to become signers of future Washington College diplomas. By so doing, you will be giving back to that community that helped shape the person you have become. If you do this, I believe you, as I have these last 21 years, will find the personal rewards are beyond measure, and you will discover that once you have moved the world, and I truly believe you will move the world, so too, if you put your shoulder to it, you will positively move your alma mater, and that, in my humble opinion, is a legacy worth celebrating. Please accept my heartfelt congratulations for the job well done, and may the prevailing winds be always at your back. It is now my honor to read the mandamus conferring an honorary degree. Yet, having been certified by the Honors and Awards Committee to the Visitors and Governors of Washington College, that Mr. Christian McBride is of acknowledged eminence and distinction, has made worthwhile and noteworthy contributions to our society, and is therefore worthy to receive the highest degree honors, you are hereby authorized and directed, in accordance with the ordinance of that effect, to confer at the public commencement on May 19, 2024, to Mr. Christian McBride, honored causa the degree Doctor of Fine Arts.
Thank you, Steve, and thank you for the great words, and also for your 21 years of dedicated service and love to Washington College. Mr. Christian McBride, will you please join me at the lectern? Christian McBride is a 9-time Grammy Award-winning musician, one of the foremost jazz bassists and jazz musicians of our generation. His impact on his art and our culture goes far beyond his recordings and performances. He's a prolific band leader with 5 different groups playing a variety of styles: straight-ahead jazz, experimental, free jazz, funk, soul, Latin, hip-hop, rhythm and blues, and there's probably a few more genres in there that I have left out. His success on stage and in the studio has led to many opportunities through which he has served the larger jazz community. McBride serves as the artistic director of the historic Newport Jazz Festival, the New Jersey Performing Arts Center, the T.D. James Moody Jazz Festival, and the National Jazz Museum in Harlem. He has previously led jazz programs at the University of Richmond, Jazz Aspen, and the Brubeck Institute in Stockton, California. In addition to artistic directing and consistent touring with his dynamic ensembles, he also hosts National Public Radio's Jazz Night in America and The Lowdown, Conversations with Christian on Sirius XM Radio. McBride exemplifies what we hope to see in all of our graduates, which is a deep understanding of how the fine arts, an integral part of the liberal arts, can transport us, inspire us, and enrich our lives each and every day. A graduate of the Philadelphia High School for Creative and Performing Arts, and later the Juilliard School, McBride has valued education throughout his life and career, at various times in his career curating a series of master classes at the Berklee College of Music in Boston, serving as co-executive director of the National Jazz Museum in Harlem, and both holding an advisory board position and serving as artistic director for Jazz House Kids, a leading community arts organization founded by his wife, vocalist Melissa Walker. For his immense contribution to jazz as a musician, composer, and ambassador for the art form, and for the invaluable service he has provided as an educator and an advocate for the arts, Washington College is proud to confer the degree of Doctor of Fine Arts on Mr. Christian McBride. By the virtue of the authority vested in me by the visitors and governors of Washington College and the state of Maryland, I hereby do confer upon you the honorary degree of Doctor of Fine Arts with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto. It's now my great privilege to invite Mr. Christian McBride to address the graduates.
Thank you very much, President Sosowski. I'm overwhelmed. Thank you very, very much, and congratulations to all of the graduates. You may have heard that recently an AI robot named Sophia spoke at the Oval College in Buffalo. Sophia determined that every commencement address is a variation of these themes. As you embark on this new chapters of your lives, embrace lifelong learning, be adaptable, pursue your passions, take risks, foster meaningful connections, make a positive impact, and believe in yourself. Now that she's undermined both my speech and yours, it was beautiful, by the way. Thank you very much. Such inspiration. That pretty much killed my original plan. So, in true jazz fashion, I'm going to partially improvise. I've written a melody and I have some chord changes, so I'm going to improvise within that form. And before I get started, I want you guys to keep an eye on Johnny Johnson back there. Behave yourself. I don't want no mess out of you. What is success? Success means a lot of things to a lot of people, but my version of success is a combination of things. It's being prepared, overcoming fear, overcoming embarrassment, and working hard when you don't think anyone's paying attention. I'd like to share a few stories about my career with you because I believe that all of you graduates are going to have these similar things happen to you in some form or another. I fell in love with jazz at the age of 11. I was very fortunate that both my father and my great uncle are professional bass players. And when I started playing the electric bass at 9, I fell deeply in love with it, and I knew that's what I wanted to do for the rest of my life. When I got to middle school and had to play in the school orchestra, you can't play the electric bass in an orchestra, so I had to pick the double bass. So I started playing the double bass. My great uncle became so excited. He said, I want you to come over here, I have something for you. And he gave me a crash course in the history of jazz in about 6 hours. He played all these great albums from his collection: Miles Davis, Duke Ellington, John Coltrane, Count Basie, Billie Holiday, Sarah Vaughan, Oscar Peterson, Charles Mingus. It was quite overwhelming, but after the visit, I was hooked on jazz. I listened to jazz every single day throughout the rest of middle school and throughout high school. During my high school years, Wynton Marsalis became a household name. He was one of the most popular musicians of my high school years. Considering at the time he was only 25, 26 years old and already had 4 Grammys and was already one of the most respected ambassadors of the music, we just looked up to him even more for being such a young, dynamic, intellectual, genius trumpet player. Wynton came to Philadelphia to give a master class. I had all of his albums up until that point. I listened to all of those songs and I tried to learn them as best I could, just in case I would have an opportunity to jam with him. So I go to this master class and I meet him. I said, Mr. Marsalis, I'm a big fan. He says, what do you play? I said, I play the bass. He says, do you have it? Yes. Go get it. So I ran as fast as I could and I grabbed my bass and I came back down to the room and he was playing the piano and we just started jamming. And I was so excited I'm actually getting to play with Wynton Marsalis. Oh my God, this is incredible. And I said, okay, now here's my opportunity to take it up a notch. I said, Mr. Marsalis, can I show you something? He said, yes. Are these the right chords? I started playing the title track to his new album on the piano. I knew what I was doing. I was trying to impress him. It worked. He said, what are you doing tomorrow night? I want you to come see my band. They were performing at the Academy of Music, which is a 2,000-seat auditorium in Center City, Philadelphia. He simply invited me to the concert. So I'm sitting backstage with my 2 friends, the late Jody Francesco and my dear friend, the great pianist, Peter Martin. And we're back there enjoying the concert. I'm so excited that Wynton asked me, gave us tickets to come. And at some point he comes off stage during the piano solo and he leans over and he whispers in my ear, what do you want to play? I said, excuse me? What do you want to play? I said, what do I want to play when? He said, come on, hurry up, I gotta go back on stage. I said, I don't know, J-Mood, that was the name of his new album, J-Mood. And so he finished the song, and I see his bass player, the great Robert Hurst, putting his bass down. And I thought, oh, Jesus Christ. What's about to happen? Robert comes off stage and he says, you can adjust the bass the way you need to when you go out there. I said, when I what? Wynton gets on the microphone and he says, I recently met a 15-year-old kid who's a wonderful bass player and actually a pretty good piano player. I think you're going to be hearing a lot about this kid. Please welcome Christian McBride to the stage. And I've never been that scared and that nervous in my entire life. And my friends are literally like, go. Oops, excuse me. That goes with the theme of embarrassment, essentially. But I go out on stage and I play the song with Wynton, and I was so scared to this day. I kind of don't really remember what happened. But everyone seemed to enjoy it. I think I did an okay job. Wynton became a very, very close friend, a very great mentor to me. And for the rest of my high school years, every touring jazz musician I would meet, they would all say, yes, Wynton told me about you. So that particular story about Wynton is a story about being prepared, because any jazz musician that came through town, I was prepared to do something similar, because I love this music so much. I wanted to play with all of these great legends who I admired, and doggone it, I was going to be as ready as I could possibly be. Now, let's get to the embarrassment part. Because once I moved to New York and started working professionally, yeah, I got a few accolades. Wynton liked me, and a few other musicians liked me, but now I'm playing professionally, and now I get put to the test. It just so happens that so many of my most embarrassing moments in my career have been recorded. So you can go to YouTube or Spotify at any time to hear these embarrassing stories I'm about to tell you about. The first embarrassing story I'm going to tell you about is being in the band of one of the greatest jazz trumpet players who ever lived, by the name of Freddie Hubbard. I played in Freddie Hubbard's band for 2.5 years, and after having been in his band for about a year and some months, we played the same exact repertoire. Repertoire never changed. I thought, I got this, I'm good to go. Freddie announces to the band, we're going to make a live album. Yes, this is great. I'm going to be on a live album with the legendary Freddie Hubbard. The tapes are rolling in the club. He decides to play a new song, a song that we've never played before. So he starts playing a trumpet solo, and I don't recognize what he's playing. And I'm looking at the piano player with the most panic-stricken SOS look on my face, going, what is he playing? The piano went, I don't know. So Freddie brings his trumpet down and gives the downbeat to come in. Oh, I have no idea what song we're playing. I'm playing wrong notes every bar. I'm just sabotaged. It's like walking into a minefield. Every note I played was wrong. And I thought, okay, I need to figure out a way to fix this. So I kind of took the microphone and I moved it out of the way. And I thought I was getting away with it. On the break, the engineer comes and says, guys, I don't know what happened. At some point, I lost the bass. I can't hear the bass. And I'm like, yes, great. The second engineer comes in and says, you know, I think we have enough from the secondary mic that we can salvage the track. I begged Freddie, I said, please, please, please do not put that on the album. He put it on the album. Freddie Hubbard Live at Fat Tuesdays features a version of But Beautiful with me playing all the wrong notes. Easily available to anyone here for the rest of our lives. And I asked Freddie, I said, man, why did you play But Beautiful? I don't know that song. And he said, you know it now, don't you? That was embarrassing, but I survived. Another embarrassing story is playing with my dear friend, the late great trumpeter Roy Hargrove. We were playing at a place in New York City called the Bottom Line. And we were opening for the legendary jazz vocalist Carter McRae. And my bass had just been repaired that day. And it was brand spanking new. Couldn't wait to play it on the gig. And we were doing a Japanese television show. NHK Television was there to record the concert. I don't know what the repairman did to my bass, but 1 minute into the first song, my bass literally exploded. The bridge popped off, wood chips flew in the air. I'm standing there holding a neck with strings dangling to the ground. And Roy turns around and says, yo, what did you just do? I said, I don't know, the bass just exploded. He says, well, what are you going to do? I said, I don't know, man. Now, mind you, TV cameras are there. This is very embarrassing. Thank God there was another band playing. So the road manager ran and got Carmen McRae's bass player. Said, George, we're in a jam. Christian needs a bass. Well, what happened? Christian's bass exploded. What do you mean it exploded? He said, come take a look. He looked at it and he says, okay, you don't think I'm going to let him use my bass? He said, George, you got to let him use your bass. I mean, we're in trouble. He said, no, hell no, he's not playing my bass. He's got his. I begged and pleaded, and I used George's bass. And, you know, instruments are very personal, so you can't just play someone else's instrument and expect it to have the same results. But I did my best. My fingers were bleeding at the end of the night. It was all on Japanese television, conveniently available for you to look at on YouTube anytime. My next story of, this is not so much embarrassment, but this is about overcoming fear and overcoming something that you're not familiar with. I went to college at the Juilliard School. At that time, Juilliard did not have a jazz program. I went there to study as a classical bass major. And even at the time when I was playing a lot of classical bass, I was probably a B- or a C+ classical bass. But I was, if I were in an NBA, I'd be a sixth man when it came to classical music. So I said, well, let me try to get into Juilliard. I know that's the most revered school in the world for classical playing. I don't think I'm good enough to get in there, but I'm going to give it the old college try. My grandfather drove me up from Philadelphia to New York City, and I wanted to be in New York City so badly because that's where all my jazz heroes lived. I only applied to 3 schools, the New School, Juilliard, and Manhattan School of Music. And I go to Juilliard, and I don't think they were supposed to do this, but I could hear the bass players auditioning before me. They were really good, really good. I had my little Vivaldi sonata, my little Marcello sonata, but these guys in there playing Dragon Eddie and Echo Sonata, like really top tier classical bass material. I looked at my grandfather and said, let's go home. I said, no. You're going to audition and you're going to do a good job. I walk in the room, the bass faculty of Juilliard, 4 of the most revered bass players in the history of classical music, Orrin O'Brien, Eugene Levison, David Walter, and Homer Mitch. The table in which they sat was probably 3 feet away from me, so they were right up on me. And I could not concentrate. I was like, can I get some more space, some more oxygen? I can't play with y'all right up on me like that. And I'm paranoid. I'm thinking, well, how many people have they auditioned? They're probably tired. They don't want to hear me. They want to go home. Oh gosh, this is going to be awful. And so I took my audition, and at some point during my piece, I dropped my bow, and one of the instructors says, you may start again, Mr. McBride. It's okay. And I did what I thought was quite a horrible audition. And I thought, well, I get to tell my friends I at least was in the building. A few days later, I auditioned at the Manhattan School of Music. Lucky for me, the bass faculty at the Manhattan School of Music was the exact same bass faculty at Juilliard. That day, I couldn't even see them. They were in the back of the room, and it was a much better audition. A few weeks later, my mother comes running in the house screaming with a brown envelope from Juilliard. And she says, they don't waste this much paper turning you down. And I went to Juilliard, and it was very unfamiliar territory, being away from home for the first time, finding new friends, playing a lot of classical music with the greatest classical young players in the world. But it was something I had to overcome, and I embraced it, and I got over my fear, and I really, really learned a lot at Juilliard. And in closing, I would like to end by saying, in 2015, I got a call from George Wein. George Wein was the founder of the Newport Jazz Festival. He founded the Newport Jazz Festival in 1954. It is America's first and oldest jazz festival. And in 2015, he was 89 years old. And I knew George sort of, not that well, just a little bit. And he called me over to his apartment. He says, Christian, I want to talk to you. I said, sure. And I told my wife, Melissa, I said, hey, George Wein invited me over to his house. I wonder what he wants. Probably just wants to do lunch and maybe ask me to be a featured artist in residence for Newport next year. And my wife, being as wise as she is, she says, how well do you know George? I said, well, kind of not that well. She said, I don't know. I think this is going to be something a little larger than just simply lunch. I said, well, we'll see what happens. And I go to George's apartment, and I get there, and he tells his assistant to close the door. I was like, uh-oh, what are we about to get into? When we sit at his table, and he starts to give me a history of the Newport Jazz Festival, much of I knew already. And he says, Christian, the Newport Festivals Foundation is a nonprofit now, and we have a wonderful board of directors. And we realized that at age 89, I should probably have a successor plan. And I thought, oh, he wants recommendations on who's going to take over for him. Oh, the wheels are turning. Okay. you to take over. I say, what? He said, well, you know, I've been following your career all these years. I watch all the things that you've been doing with your wife and Jazz House Kids. I watch what you do on NPR. I hear what you do on NPR. I hear what you do on Sirius XM. I used to talk to Dave Brubeck. I know what you did in the school. I know what you're doing with the Jazz Museum in Harlem. I know what you're doing at New Jersey Performing Arts Center. I talked to all these musicians you've been working with through the years. Now, I say this to say, I never really had any relationship with George Wayne. He wound up naming literally everything I had done over the last 30 years. And it proved to me, which all of you should keep in mind, you all are smart, so I know you do have this in mind, but somebody's always paying attention. When you think no one's watching you, someone's watching. And they're watching how hard or how little you're working. So always work hard when you think no one's paying attention. And one day you will be giving a commencement address or running a big jazz festival or running a big business, and you will be telling the same stories of overcoming embarrassment, being prepared, and working hard when no one's looking. Thank you very much.
Well, Christian, thank you for those really, really terrific words. You're sending off our graduates with some terrific advice, some great stories. I'd now like to invite Mr. Steve Golding back to the lectern. He will read the mandamus for the baccalaureate degree for the class of 2024.
It having been certified by the faculty to the visitors and governors of Washington College that the following named persons have satisfied all requirements for the baccalaureate, you are hereby authorized and directed in accordance with the ordinance to that effect to confer at the public commencement ceremony on May 19, 2024, the degrees to which they have earned. Mr. President.
Will the graduates please rise? By the virtue of the authority vested in me by the visitors and governors of Washington College and by the state of Maryland, I hereby confer upon you the degrees earned with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto. In testimony whereof, I shall present you with a diploma when you appear before me at the platform. Congratulations. And now please be seated. At this time, I would like to call upon my colleague, Dr. Kehoe Kim, Provost and Dean of the college, to present the candidates for degrees.
So the diplomas will be handed over there. No, the president. Yeah. Yeah. All right, will the graduates rise and proceed up to the stage? I will now introduce the candidates in the Department of Anthropology. The following are candidates for the Bachelor of Arts in Anthropology. First, Rian Elijah Van Tassel in absentia. Fiona Rowan Beck, magna cum laude. Tamara Devlin. Maria Cristina Diaz Nazario, magna cum laude. Harrison C. Fear, magna cum laude. Julia Jordan Flaherty. Anna Ray Miller. Emma Kaylee Poole, summa cum laude. Alexander Drummond Woji. I will now introduce the candidates in the Department of Art and Art History. The following are the candidates for the Bachelor of Arts degree in Art and Art History. Megan Delaney Cooper. Roger Lee Ecker. Francesca Ann Jacobs. I will now introduce the candidates in the Department of Biology. The following are candidates for the Bachelor of Science degree in Biology. Rachel Thiem in absentia. Robert Quincy Adams. Emily Anna Arnold. Shaylee Jocelyn Bartolone Perez. Elizabeth Marie Bossi. Sarah Marie Congelosi. Midori Mayun Chow. Cherish Renee Dean. Ashley Nicole Devlin, magna cum laude. Charles Purcell Hooley. Mariam Khalid, summa cum laude. Abigail Elizabeth Lawback, summa cum laude. Allison Rachel Michaud. Justin Thomas Morris, summa cum laude. Madeline Grace Morris, cum laude. Michaela Ray Oler, summa cum laude. Isaiah Maurice Thomas Santiago. Morgan Elise Sutherland, summa cum laude. Haley LaShawn Sutton. Kaylee Evelyn White. Maribel Davina White, summa cum laude. Samantha Aaron Wolfgang, summa cum laude. I will now introduce the candidates in the Biochemistry and Molecular Biology program. The following are candidates for the Bachelor of Science degree in Biochemistry and Molecular Biology. Megan Kathleen Summers. Jackson Jeffrey Sopa, magna cum laude. Silvana S. Tipson. I will now introduce the candidates in the Department of Business Management. The following are candidates for the Bachelor Arts degree in Business Management. Emily K. Bechtel. Sophia Kaigulani Clark. Christopher Peter Comer. Samuel Meyer Corral, magna cum laude. Bianti Dinaj, summa cum laude. Ciara Ann Deemer, summa cum laude. Haley E. Donati. Audrey Eleanor Flanagan, summa cum laude. Chanel Alexis Frazier. Kate R. Gromacki. William D. Hale. Alyssa Monet Haas. Carl Hogsted. Benjamin Horgan, summa cum laude. Anand Mahendra Kadam, magna cum laude. Justin Tai Lee. Harrison Randolph Malone, cum laude. Jacqueline Osorio Bravo. Edward Patrick Perry. Angelina Rose Shaber. Emma Elizabeth Schultz, cum laude. Dylan Thomas Smith, summa cum laude. Alexis Caroline Tackney, summa cum laude. Khadija Kumansa Tali. Gabriel Alberto Velasquez. Jason J. Zielinski, magna cum laude. I will now introduce the candidates in the Department of Chemistry. The following are candidates for the Bachelor of Science degree in Chemistry. Megan Alexandra Blaine. J. Ann Didania, cum laude. David James Martin Estes, magna cum laude. Mujidad Adetutu Oladejo. Serena Tate Pluta. Leilani Alyssa Roper. Grant Michael Thomas, summa cum laude. I will now introduce the candidates in the Department of Communication and Media Studies. The following are candidates for the Bachelor of Arts degree in Communication and Media Studies. Olivia Ann Berry, summa cum laude. Vincent Eldon Bodden. Julia Frances Inglesby, cum laude. Dylan Thomas Kilroy. Hugh Thomas Peacock. I will now introduce the candidates in the Department of Economics. The following are candidates for the Bachelor of Arts degree in Economics. Anastasia Marie Becker, summa cum laude. Lucas J. Brennan. Ihunanyachi Nicole Chimezi. Larissa Ashley Conti. Max Leeser Greenfield. Shodai Hirano. Cole Browning McGee. Michael Scott Nickerson II. Cole Everett Olson. Peter Alexander Pittman. Benjamin Matthias Wilson. Logan Tristan Choi Yi, cum laude. I will now introduce the candidates in the Department of Education. The following are candidates for the Bachelor of Arts degree in Human Development. Molly Grace Andrews. Karen Ann Anderson. Avery Evelyn Castellani, magna cum laude. Destiny Toa Fraze, cum laude. Madison Nicole Kendall, cum laude. Ashley Elizabeth Kreitz, cum laude. Julia Elizabeth Stanley, summa cum laude. I will now introduce the candidates in the Department of English. The following are candidates for the Bachelor of Arts degree in English with Andrea Christian Primos in absentia. Allie K. Allen. Julie Ann Amos. Grace Catherine Apostol, cum laude. Dante Damon Chavez, magna cum laude. Giancarlo Celoti, cum laude. Sophie Foster. Jeremiah Akil Gray. Grace Marie Hazelhurst. Rachel Elizabeth Merson. Colleen Simone Pogue. Delaney Griffin Runge, summa cum laude. Piper Ray Sardison, cum laude. Vivian R. Sharp, magna cum laude. Tori Riley Simpson. Emma Hopkins Sloman. I will now introduce the candidates in the Department of Environmental Science and Studies. The following are candidates for the Bachelor of Arts degree in Environmental Studies: Adam Charles Brown, Nathaniel Glenn Gershenslager, Autumn Elizabeth Scully, magna cum laude. Alexandra Langdon Chenal. Caden Olivia Tack, magna cum laude. James Gage Williams. The following are candidates for the Bachelor of Science degree in Environmental Science: Grayson Michael Barshik, cum laude. Dylan Jacob Bishop, cum laude. Jessica Day Borders. Dylan Michael Brown. Matthew Emery Collinson. Sophie Anna Esdale, summa cum laude. Curtis Jacob Gardner. Trevor Guy Ivets. Kennedy Blanchard Jones, magna cum laude. Grace Quinn Kelly. Laurel Ira Kraus. Isabel Liepart. Taylor Lynn Mantic, cum laude. Anna Marie Marshall. Alexander Raymond Mitri, cum laude. Grace Winstead Paquin, magna cum laude. Joe Perkins. John Bennett Peterson. Nathan Andrew Pianalto. Leah Cerny Tuverge. Carter Nicholson Weems. Libby Witham, summa cum laude. I will now introduce the candidates in the Department of History. The following are candidates for the Bachelor of Arts degree in History. Connor Alito Cooper. Alexander Elliott Coster, cum laude. Paige Caitlin Doplaise. Mackenzie Nicole Ford, magna cum laude. Cole Michael Gifford. Shane Patrick Kelly. Sophia Elizabeth Lennox, magna cum laude. John A. Mangeli. Samuel W. Mobley. Brooke Moe. Riley Alexis Murray. Seyang Sangmo Pewa. Camden Barbara Richardson, cum laude. I will now introduce the candidates in the International Studies program. The following are candidates for the Bachelor of Arts degree in International Studies: Esmeralda Chavez Jimenez. John DeSoto. I will now introduce the candidates in the Department of Mathematics and Computer Science. The following are the candidates for the Bachelor of Science degree in Computer Science: Hao Kun Chang, in absentia; Garrett Allen Cole. Ryohei Kawai. Rano Marufova, magna cum laude. The following are candidates for the Bachelor of Science degree in Data Science: Alexis Rose Barnhart, summa cum laude. The following are candidates for the Bachelor of Science degree in Mathematics: Connor Joseph Garrison, magna cum laude. Parker Allen Hayden. Jason Ibet Ikanaga, summa cum laude. I will now introduce the candidates in the Department of Music. The following are candidates for the Bachelor of Arts degree in Music: John Andrew Gray. Caitlin Marie McCaffrey, summa cum laude. Sarah Elizabeth Poyer, summa cum laude. I will will now introduce the candidates in the neuroscience program. The following are candidates for the Bachelor of Science degree in neuroscience. Kechia Kamali. I will now introduce the candidates in the Department of Philosophy and Religion. The following are candidates for the Bachelor of Arts degree in Philosophy. Jayla Madison Dragici in absentia. William D. Burton. Elizabeth Margaret Hartman, summa cum laude. I will now introduce the candidates in the Department of Physics. The following are the candidates for the Bachelor of Science degree in Physics. Ania Farid Jaber, summa cum laude. Amiya Keshava Malya, magna cum laude. Anastasia Nicole Dennis. Prince Muwenda Kaguni, magna cum laude. I will now introduce the candidates in the Department of Political Science. The following are candidates for the Bachelor of Arts in Political Science. Rachel Maya Bush. Elsie Canales Escobar. Abigail Grace Collins. Gabrielle Christine Chrysler. Stephen Richard DiEugenio. Caitlin Joy Dunn. Griffin Craig Loft. Sydney Ann Skripik. Jude Nutoni Bulungu Swazube, cum laude. Benjamin Ray Strine, cum laude. Alex M. Wilson. Natalie Janelle Wisnowski, cum laude. Ella Jane Ye, summa cum laude. I will now introduce the candidates in the Department of Psychology. The following are candidates for the Bachelor of Arts degree in Psychology with a concentration in Clinical Counseling. Kira Grace Anderson, cum laude. Emily Nicole Boggs, summa cum laude. Jay Cates. Jordan Nicole Fairchild, summa cum laude. Kenley Grace Hewitt. Riley Linda McHugh, summa cum laude. Dorian Antonia McMiniman, cum laude. Tiana Yvette Morel. Eleanor Buckley Olford. Hannah Marie Solji. Joshua Christopher Torrance, summa cum laude. The following are candidates for the Bachelor of Science degree in Psychology with a concentration in Behavioral Neuroscience. Reese Alina Herdlicka. Sylvia Marie Stewart Johnson, summa cum laude. The following are candidates for the Bachelor of Arts degree in Sociology. Lily Elizabeth Bitterman. Mackenzie Noel Bowie, summa cum laude. Aaliyah Charisse Herbert, cum laude. Carly Elizabeth Townsend. Now we'll introduce the candidates in the Department of Theater and Dance. The following are candidates for the Bachelor of Arts in Theater. Matthew Robert Brader, summa cum laude. Nico Chen. Skylar Michaela Haas. I will now introduce the candidate in the Department of World Languages and Cultures. The following are candidates for the Bachelor of Arts degree in Hispanic Studies. Ellen Patricia Daly, magna cum laude.
Candidates for the degrees, please stand. He Juenes candidati alumni sunt. Will the graduates please hood one another?
Now that the class of 2024 has performed the ritual of hooding each other, I can now proudly say you are our newest alumni. Congratulations to all of you. And now you may be seated. I'd now like to invite Provost and Dean Kim to present our 3 faculty awards. Provost Kim.
Thank you. At an institution blessed with so many outstanding teacher scholars, it is difficult to choose the recipients of these awards. Extensive consultation with students and faculty has led to our conclusions. So Jen, could you... The Alumni Association Distinguished Teacher Award recognizes a tenured faculty member for excellence in teaching. The award goes to Professor Emily Simons from the Department of at today's ceremony and will be presented annually at commencement going forward. The Carolyn Emery Golding Class of 74 Junior Faculty Distinguished Teacher Scholar Award was established by the Chair of the Board of Visitors and Governor Steve Golding in honor of his wife Caroline Callie Golding, Class of 1974, on the occasion of her 50th reunion. The award recognizes a tenure-track junior faculty who has proven to have extraordinary promise as a teacher scholar. The award recognizes also the Washington College's fundamental commitment to being an institution that prioritizes the student-teacher relationship and seeks to reward a junior faculty member for their creativity and inspired entrepreneurial approach to a student-centric educational experience. The award, Stephen, would you mind stepping up? The award goes to Professor Megan Gross from the Department of Communications. Faculty Leadership Award seeks to recognize a long-serving member of the Washington College faculty who has provided extraordinary leadership contributions across many dimensions of shared governance that advance the excellence of the college and who exemplifies the college's commitment to a culture of collaborative decision-making. This award is the highest accolade honoring faculty member whose professional service has advanced progress towards Washington College's mission. Now, I'm also really happy to announce that the Board of Visitors and Governors has unanimously voted to name this faculty award the Stephen T. Golding 1972 Faculty Leadership Award in honor of the many years of invaluable service that Steve has dedicated to Washington College. The award goes to Professor Kevin McKillop from the Department of Psychology.
Congratulations to our honored faculty, and thank you, Provost Kim, Chair Svela, and Chair Golding. I'd like to take a moment now to recognize two faculty members who are retiring after long, devoted service to the college. They are Professors Kate Verville of Biology and Lisa Daniels of Economics. I know that Professor Daniels is unfortunately unable to be with us today, but Professor Verville, please stand up and be recognized for your distinguished service. It's now my privilege to award the highest honors and prizes that the Washington College faculty can bestow upon the members of the class of 2024. The first awards are given for outstanding scholarship in a particular field of study, and they recognize personal and academic excellence. Provost Kim will again announce these awards.
The Jane Huston Goodfellow Memorial Prize is awarded to a graduating senior majoring in science who has an abiding appreciation for the arts and humanities and has shown scholastic excellence. The award goes to Sarah Marie Congelosi. The Gold Pentagon Award are given to one senior and one alumnus, faculty, staff, or friend of the college, selected by Omicron Delta Kappa Society in recognition of meritorious service to Washington College. Our awardees are Grace Catherine Apostle, class of 2024, and Ken Lassard, Aquatic Director and Assistant Athletic Director, who is in absentia. The Sophie Kerr Prize is the largest undergraduate literary prize in the country. It is awarded to the senior judged to have the best ability and promise for future fulfillment in the field of literary endeavor. I would like to recognize our 5 finalists. Please stand when your name is called. Liv Berry, Dante Chavez, Sophie Foster, Vivian D. Sharp, and Joshua Torrance. Congratulations to each of you. Again, please join me in giving the finalists a round of applause. And the winner of the Sophie Kerr Prize is Sophie Foster. The next 5 awards are voted on and conferred by the entire Washington College faculty. The awards have special significance as the recipients have all had tremendous impact on campus life. Their names will be added to plaques in William Smith Hall, permanent reminders of their importance to Washington College. The Louis L. Goldstein Class of 35 award goes to a graduating senior who, in the opinion of the faculty, has demonstrated unusual interest, enthusiasm, and potential in the field of public affairs. The award goes to Mackenzie Noel Bowie. Testing, still works. The Eugene B. Casey Medal is awarded to a senior woman voted by the faculty to be outstanding in the qualities of scholarship, character, leadership, and campus citizenship. The recipient is Jordan Nicole Fairchild. The Henry W.C. Catlin Class of 1894 Medal is awarded to a senior who has demonstrated significant growth and perseverance in and out of the classroom. The recipient is Anna Marie Marshall. Goes to the student whose character and personal integrity, in the opinion of the faculty, have most clearly enhanced the quality of campus life. It was created by Charles B. Clark, class of 1934, in memory of Henry P. Porter, class of 1905. The recipient is Camden Barbara Richardson. And the final prize, the George Washington Medal, an award is given to the senior who shows the greatest promise of understanding and realizing in life and work the ideals of a liberal education. The recipient is Delania Griffin Runge.
congratulations once again to all of our deserving award winners. Graduates, class of 2024, your new relationship with Washington College is just now beginning. I encourage you to support Alma Mater in every way you can. You are our best new ambassadors, not only for this college, but for the value of a liberal arts education writ large. Please keep in touch through your membership in the Alumni Association and tell us of all your accomplishments. We will be following you eagerly every step of the way. And I invite you to come back often to campus to take part in the life of the college. I ask the graduates now to please rise and perform one final ritual. I would like you to congratulate each other as we welcome you formally into the ranks of the Washington College alumni. All right, feel free to be seated one last time. And I will, for one final time, and on behalf of the entire college community, offer you our warmest, heartiest congratulations. Go out, I know you will do great things, and know that your Washington College family will always be cheering you on. And an invitation to everyone gathered here today, please join the class of 2024 for a reception immediately following this ceremony, right over there on the Owings Library Terrace. I now have the pleasure of welcoming to the stage Washington College's own Wacapella to lead us in the Alma Mater. As they are making their way to the stage, I can instruct you that the Alma Mater can be found on page 3 of the program. So please sing along with gusto. And following that, Reverend Nevin Field will join us again for final benediction. So please do stand, everyone who is able, and please remain standing until the academic procession has retired following the benediction.
An adaptation of Ascending Blessing by Jan Richardson. It is a strange thing to be so bound and so released all in the same moment, to feel the heart open wide and wider still, even as it turns to take its leave. On this day, let us say this is simply the way love moves in its ceaseless spiraling, turning us toward one another, then sending us into what waits for us, with arms open wide to us in welcome and in hope. On this day, in this place where you have poured yourself out, where you have been emptied and filled and emptied again, may you be aware more than ever of what your heart has opened to here, where it has broken in love and in grief, where it has given and received blessing in the unfathomable mystery that moves us, undoes us, and remakes us finally for joy. This day, may you know this joy in full measure. This day, may you know this blessing that gathers you in and sends you forth, but will not forget you. Oh, hear us as this day we say grace. This day we say grateful. This day we say blessing. This day we release you in the keeping of eternal being and hold you in gladness and in love.